Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today, what I have for everyone is my full review of the FreedomPop cellular service. So we're going to go over everything that you need to know about FreedomPop, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts and whether or not I recommend you guys and gals go with this mobile service provider. So, that being said, without further ado, let's jump into this full review. Now, starting off, you guys and gals may be wondering, who exactly is FreedomPop and just whose networks do they use to provide their service? Well, FreedomPop is a, I want to say, UK-based service, and they are using AT&T and Sprint networks or towers to bring service to you guys. And in particular, they are one of the few MVNOs to provide free monthly service. Now, there are some caveats to that, and we're going to get into that when we go over the monthly plans. But for those of you who are wondering, that's who FreedomPop is, and those are the networks that they use. So they're a mobile MVNO or subcarrier which uses AT&T and Sprint's networks and or towers. Alright? Now, that being said, let's go over what the steps you would do if you were bringing your own device and you were starting service with FreedomPop. Okay? So, let's say you jumped online and you found a particular service plan that worked for you, and you went ahead and you went over to freedompop.com and you signed up and you made an account and you purchased a plan and they shipped you out a SIM card. You got your SIM card and now you're not sure what to do. Well, this, like all the other carriers that I've reviewed, they do have a mobile SIM card kit with the step-by-step instructions, but I know there are a few people out there that like to see the visual instructions. Okay? So, starting off, the first thing that you would do is you would power off your device, or if you have a device that is hot swappable, which means it gives you the ability to swap out SIM cards without powering off the device, you would go ahead and you would eject the SIM card tray. You would put in the FreedomPop SIM, okay? Then you would restart your device. In this case, I was using the Moto X Pure Edition to test the service, and the Moto X Pure Edition does have hot swappable capabilities, so I didn't have to power off the device. Alright, the next thing you would do is you would just go ahead now and navigate to your mobile networks. So from the settings, alright, go into your mobile network setting here. So since it's on the Moto X Pure Edition, it's a little bit different to get to it. And then you would navigate to access point names. And then you would put in this APN setting here. So in your particular device, you would navigate to the APN settings as you just saw. Tap add new. And you should be good to go, and you would put in the APN settings. Now, I go ahead and I'll have that setting popped up in those particular settings popped up in post, so y'all can see exactly what you need to put in. But just for reference, so y'all can see what I put in, so you can see I named it FreedomPop, and all you really have to do is add in that APN there. And then down here, you add in these numbers right here. So MCC is 310 and MNC is 170. Alright, and as you can see, that's all you have to do. Alright, after that, you would hit this 3-dot hamburger menu in the corner here and you click Save APN. I already did it, so I'm not going to do it again because it's going to try and scan for service. And then you would select the FreedomPop APN you just set up. Alright, so now you're good to go from the APN setup standpoint. Now, what you would need to do, because it may pop up on your device, but you still won't have service. Then what you would need to do is you need to log on to an available Wi-Fi network and download these two apps. Okay, this is the FreedomPop SIM activation app slash mobile messaging app, and you will actually use this app to make phone calls as well. And then this is the My FreedomPop account app. So this is how you would manage all of your account settings. Okay, both of these can be found on the Play Store. Right now, you set up the APNs. The SIM card is in the device. Everything is set up properly. Then what you would do is you would launch this app here and you would sign in, because it's going to prompt you to sign in as soon as you install the app. So you sign in with the account information that you set up when you set up your account. It's going to go through the overall activation of the SIM card, and then it's going to drop you to the home screen here. And this is the app that you would use to send text messages and make phone calls. Now, I do want to point out that that is the one downside to FreedomPop, is that you have to use their app. If you want to have the ability to make and receive phone calls, you have to use their app. This is a downside because like other service providers that provide similar service, like let's say TextNow for instance, TextNow, after you go over the overall activation process, you're not stuck using their dedicated app. FreedomPop, you have to use their dedicated app to get the service to work correctly. If not, you will get a message that says it does not work on the stock app. Like I tried to make a phone call with the stock app, and it gave me a message saying please contact customer service, not set up. And then I realized that, oh, I only got that message when I wasn't using the stock FreedomPop app. And along with that, if you want to get the ability to make free text messages and phone calls, you have to use the FreedomPop app as well. If you don't use the FreedomPop app, then when you make messages and phone calls, it will take away from your data plan. All right? And that was really funny. That's another thing that I didn't like, is that even though I'm on Wi-Fi, it still takes away from my data plan. So if I make a phone call and I make a phone call to somebody that does not have FreedomPop, it's going to eat away at my data plan, whether it be text messages or my phone call data plan. So that's two big downsides to FreedomPop already that I really did not enjoy. But as long as you make sure that the people that you are calling have the FreedomPop app, then everything is free from end to end. But that is a big downside there. Anyways, once you launch into the app, sign in, and you go through the activation process, it will prompt you to do everything that I just mentioned. Once everything is done, you should be good to go. But I do gotta point out another negative here before we move on, is that after you set up everything, it's gonna prompt you to activate other features. Now we're gonna go over the features on FreedomPop when we go over the plans, but that is a big downside, and y'all will learn more in a little bit here. But that's how you go over we've now went over the overall activation process and the steps if you're bringing your own device to FreedomPop. Alright, now real quickly, let's just go ahead and talk about their plans, and then we're going to talk about my experience with them, and then we're going to go ahead and give you guys a recommendation or two. So jumping over to the freedompop.com, just so you guys could see what their plans look like. Let me pull this up. Alright, FreedomPop actually offers a few different plans. Now, what you guys and gals are going to see here is set up annually, but if you do the math, and I'll have the number set up in post, the pricing is actually pretty good. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. So, as you can see, they do offer a basic 200 megabyte plan, and that is completely free. Alright, now when you set up everything, y'all will see annual numbers here. Now I'm not sure if I set this up right, because I thought it was going to come out monthly, but everything I see is done in the annual format, so I'm not sure what that is. Now I'll have the monthly breakdown pricing for y'all put up in post, but they have a free basic plan which costs you guys no money a month. So you get free 200 minutes and you get free 500 text messages and 200 megabytes of data. And this is completely free every month. You don't have to pay for it. And they do have their general promotions that they put out every month. So you can see this month what they have for promotion is they have the annual 1000 promotion. So that gives you 1000 minutes and 1000 text messages with 1 gig of data. Again, don't be shocked by these numbers. I'll have the monthly breakdown prices in post for you guys and gals to look at. Then we have the 2 gig premium annual plan, which is unlimited talk and text and 2 gigs of data. Alright? Then moving on, we got the premium 5 gig data plan, which again is unlimited talk and text and 5 gigs of data. Alright? And then we have the basic annual 1 gig data plan. Okay? Unlimited talk and text and 1 gig of data. So that pretty much goes over the plans. Now, one thing that I don't like about these plans is that you see, let's say you hit your data cap, and now they do have a few ways where you don't hit your data cap, but that's going to cost you a little bit extra money. But let's say you hit your data cap, for each additional megabyte, they're going to charge you 20 cents. Come on now, this is kind of ridiculous. So for each additional megabyte I go over, you're going to charge me 20 cents. And it's real easy to go over these caps here, people. Alright? And that's saying a lot coming from me because I don't use up a lot of data when I'm out on the road. I'm generally connected to Wi-Fi at the house, and when I'm out on the road, I don't tend to use up a lot of data. If y'all checked out my latest videos, I had my data stats up for y'all so y'all can see that. So it's kind of shocking that one, they're charging you whenever you call or text somebody that doesn't have the app. They're eating through your minutes. And two, if you do go over, they're charging you 20 cents a megabyte. Come on, people. Come on, FreedomPop. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. But anyways, this goes over the data plans that FreedomPop offers. Okay? Now, if you can make this work, if you do the math after you look at the monthly pricing that I threw up, if you feel like you can make this work, then feel free to check it out. Okay? And that free plan, if you can stretch it, that might be pretty good. And I'm going to tell you why when we get ready to go over my experience with the service. But alongside these data plans, let's talk about the features now, because this was another thing that I was not happy with FreedomPop. Okay? Now, if you look, like I said before, when I set up my service, they prompted me to activate certain features. Alright? So let's look at these features now. These features are kind of ridiculous. Alright, I don't get this. It's 2018. Why do we have this? Now, as I said before, they do have a feature where it'll save you if you hit your data cap and you don't want to get charged that 20 cents a megabyte. They do have that safe mode there, and pretty much it'll give you a 10% data boost. Alright, so that will save you. And they also have something called a top up. Okay, and then they have a rollover. Top up is going to cost you I think it's $10, and then a rollover is going to cost you $6, and it'll just give you that extra cushion for if you're getting close to your data cap. So they do have a few ways that help you out, but again, it's going to cost you extra money. It's $6 and $10 respectively. Alright? And then on top of that, when you activate your service, they prompt you to activate these features, some of which are already activated when you activate your service. So if you do go with FreedomPop, I recommend you go into your account settings here and you deactivate all of these, because that will bring your bill up rather quickly. So let's go over these features. So they got the FreedomPop Safe Mode. That's going to run you an extra $7 on top of what you're already paying. Okay, and that gives you a 10% data boost. Alright, then they have the FreedomPop Phone Premier Annual. All right. So this makes it so you're pushed to the highest priority on AT&T or Sprint's towers. All right, and that's gonna run you an extra $36. We're just rounding off here, but y'all can see the actual prices. Then they have the FreedomPop Premium VIP service. Okay, and this you pay this. This will guarantee that you get uninterrupted service when you're using your FreedomPop SIM. Alright, so now if you combine those first two, you're pushed to the high priority on the towers, and you have uninterrupted service. But look at this. They're charging you pretty much $54 extra to have that. So altogether, you're getting charged, let's say 36 here and 54 here on top of what you already paid. Alright? Then, if you go down, they're also charging you for virtual voicemail. They're charging you about $21 for virtual voicemail. Come on now. What is this? What is this? And then if you look, they're also charging you $20 to send MMS and group messages. Nah, FreedomPop. For real? So, if you think about it, you do your basic plan, but then you activate these features, and it really runs your bill up. And I was caught by surprise when I started the service, because okay, I got a 2 gig Premier plan, which was on promotion, so I got that free month. And then, as I said, as I was going through the setup, it was prompting me to activate these features. So I'm thinking, okay, it's 2018. These gotta come free, or there's a nice discount to it. And then I looked, cause it generated what my monthly bill was gonna be, and it said something like $167 and change. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, how it get to that? And so I jumped into my account, and I jumped into the settings, and I'm like, they're charging me for all of this? Like, for real? I think when everything was said and done, my total came up to $167 and change. I don't have it anymore because I recently downgraded, and I contacted customer service to make sure that it was downgraded and my accounts wouldn't get charged any extra fees. But that right there is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Especially when a large majority of the features that FreedomPop is charging you for are pretty much free. It's pretty much free to make and receive text messages and or phone calls via Wi-Fi. So why are they charging you for these services? You have a built-in voicemail service on your phone that's free, okay? Or you can use other apps to provide free voicemail service, like Google Voice, for instance, okay? So why are they charging this type of money for that specific service? And they're covering it up by calling it a feature. So that's something that I didn't like, and I was very upset to see how they accumulated all those extra costs. So that's one big downside that I did not like about FreedomPop, but I felt that I needed to cover it. Alright? So that pretty much goes over the data plans and the features. So now let's get into my overall experience with the service. Now, I know you guys and gals have been hearing a lot of negativity throughout this video, but my overall experience with FreedomPop and their service, and especially their customer service, has been really, really good. Now, for my instances, they sent me an AT&T SIM card, so I've been using FreedomPop on AT&T's network, and as you guys and gals can see, let me bring this a little closer, I got full bars of LTE, and you can see here, if I pull down the notification shade here, you can see that it is indeed running on AT&T, and I'm getting LTE. So if I turn off my Wi-Fi, turn that Wi-Fi off real quick, you can see it's going to change to the LTE icon, and everything just works. Alright? But because of how they have everything set up, it chews through the data rather quickly. Alright, now there's certain settings you can go through on your phone to limit the data and turn off certain things, and there are ways you can configure your phone to eat up less data, but that's one thing that I wasn't very happy about. But moving on, let me turn the Wi-Fi back on here. Talking about the overall service and my overall experience with FreedomPop, it was generally a really, really good experience. And in and around my neighborhood, or when I'm driving around Florida, because you guys and gals know I'm based in Florida, I had pretty much perfect service everywhere I went. The phone calls was very crisp, didn't have any drop calls, didn't have any issues. Alright? And through my further research, I realized that in my particular area, Verizon and AT&T have the best coverage for my particular area. This is also one of the reasons why I stress that you go over the coverage maps and make sure you have a general idea of what your overall coverage is going to be before you go ahead and try a new carrier or try a new service. Or you can try it out for a little bit and cancel it if you don't like it, because FreedomPop is another one where you can cancel at any time with no fees or cancellation fees whatsoever. So you feel free to cancel or downgrade at any time. And I actually have downgraded to the free plan. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys. I'm going to show y'all what my particular plan is right now. And I'm going to gray out any sensitive information. Now, as I said before, I signed up for the 2 gig LTE Premier plan. That's what they had on promotion. But after seeing all the fees and things that they were going to hit me with, I downgraded to the free plan. So now I'm getting everything for free. And when it refills, I'll be getting 200 megabytes of data and what was it? 500 text messages and minutes every month. Now I just wanted to show y'all that, and they do have rollover minutes, so whatever you don't use rolls over to your next month. But that being said, the overall performance on FreedomPop on AT&T's network was top notch, and I didn't have any issues. And this is another company where I have to say kudos to their customer service team, because I easily contacted customer service through the app or through social media and got everything sorted out. If you do go with FreedomPop, I recommend that you follow them across all their social media platforms and in Twitter, and they're very courteous and respectful, and they help me out really, really quickly. Alright? And I actually had a lot of contact with the customer service just to make sure that things ran smoothly. So kudos to the FreedomPop customer service team that actually did a great job. So that goes over my overall experience with FreedomPop. And now let's go over some of the devices that they offer. Now this again was really hard to find, because in their app, when I went to devices other than bring my own, I kept getting an error message. So I had to really go on and look for it. So if we jump back to the web here and I pull up my other tab, let's talk about some of the devices that they offer. Now they don't offer much, and it's mostly used and refurbished devices, but this is one of those carriers that might be good for someone who's just starting out with their own service plan. So you can get a really inexpensive device here and go with the free or the cheapest service you think will work for you, and you should be good to go. So they got some older Galaxy devices here. You see the S5, they got the S4, they got some older iPhones here. Now that they do have a mobile hotspot thingy here. Now, I don't use too much mobile hotspot, but they got some older Huawei devices. They got some old HTC devices. So they got a nice little selection of devices. Like I said, it's not the newest devices, but for what it is, it's pretty good. Alright, now I'll have a few recommended devices linked down below in the video description for you guys and gals to check out. But that pretty much goes over the devices that FreedomPop offers. And again, this is one of those things that I wasn't happy to see because I really had to search for it. Couldn't really find it off of their main site, and when I did, I kept getting a error message. So I really had to go hunt for it and hunt it down. Don't really like that. So FreedomPop, I gotta tell you right now, you gotta rework your plans and you gotta rework your website to make that a little bit easier for the end consumer. But that pretty much goes over the available plans. Okay? The available plans, the available devices, the features, and everything. Now, let's get to the end of this video. Let's wrap this up. So, after going over everything I just mentioned, can I recommend that you guys and gals go with FreedomPop as your main service provider? And I have to say, at least for me, it's going to be a no. Because, again, I don't like some of these stuff that they implemented, even though their overall service is top-notch. A lot of that stuff that they have set up with their features and those fees, and especially the 20 cents a minute after you go over your data cap, or 20 cents a megabyte after you go over your data cap, nah, that's not cool. Okay? And the fact that you actually eat through your data when you're calling and texting somebody, even though you're on Wi-Fi, if you're calling and texting somebody that does not use the FreedomPop app, then you're actually eating through your data. So that, again, is not cool. So at least for me, in my opinion, can I recommend that you guys and gals go with FreedomPop as your main carrier? I'd have to say no. That being said, if you guys figure out a way that it works best for you, so you've done the math and you checked out their plans and you figured out an inexpensive way to get it to work for you, and you think it's going to work out quite nicely, then I would say go for it, okay? At the end of the day, my videos are just based on my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And a lot of these videos that I put out are just to make sure that you guys and gals know what's available, okay? So this way you don't feel stuck with going with a particular carrier, or going with a particular device, or picking up something because you were in a store and a sales rep told you that this was the best thing to go with. No, you guys have options, and there are a ton of options out there for you guys and gals to make your decisions. That is a large reason why I put out the videos that I do. I want my viewers and my followers and some of my best friends and family to be the most well-informed they can be before they go out there and make their purchasing decision. So again, I know I'm rambling on, but again, can I recommend FreedomPop? I'm going to have to say no. There's a lot of other more inexpensive carriers that offer a better setup. Okay? That being said, I'll have the links to everything that I talked about, including some recommended devices that I feel will work best on FreedomPop's network, linked down below in the video description. And sadly, after this video is done, I will be canceling my FreedomPop subscription. This is just a no-go for me, especially in 2018. That being said, I really enjoyed their service, and overall I feel like if they implement some changes, they should be a very, very good competitor for a lot of the major carriers out there, and even some of the sub-carriers in their category. But for right now, can I recommend them? I'd have to say no. That being said, before I wrap up this video, I want to again send a big shout out and a big thank you to I Tech You Out God for helping me get everything set up, because man, this really was a headache when I got the sim and I'm trying to go through everything and set it up the way I want. It was a little bit of a headache. And again, shout out to the FreedomPop customer service team for helping me out as well. So I'll go ahead and throw the links to iTechYouOutGuys channel down below in the video description. And I'll have the links to everything that I talked about throughout this video down below in the video description as well. So if this video piqued your interest, down below in the video description should be our one-stop shop for you guys and gals. And you should be good to go if y'all want to go ahead and pick up this service. Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. This whole video was recorded using the 13 megapixel rear facing camera on the LG Stylo 3 in 720p resolution at 30 frames per second. And all of the audio for this video was recorded using the lapel CQ clip-on microphone. That guy right there. That guy right there. That guy. So, please let me know what you guys and gals think of the overall video quality and the overall audio quality down below in the comments. As well as if you guys and gals have any questions on anything that I covered throughout this video, if I was unclear, please feel free to leave your questions down below in the comments as well. I do answer all questions in a timely fashion. As well as if you guys and gals have FreedomPop service, let me know how you feel about FreedomPop in general down below in the comments. Let's have a nice, respectful discussion down there. Alright, again, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. Peace, everyone. Oh yeah, it's time to go cancel this subscription. Oh, this is no bueno, buddy. Alright, peace.